Hello and welcome to my second video about my top 5 vehicles in the game. This time it's about planes. Um, Unlike in my first top 5 video, I tried to go through them faster and not rambling too long about them, and also leaving out stories about the planes and why actually I love or like them. Um, yeah, and I will probably um, tell those stories when I eventually make reviews on those vehicles. Maybe soon, TM. Yeah, an important part is please remember to give some feedback in the comment section below and let me know if you agree with my list, and if not, why not, or which vehicle you think are better. This is a personal list, so it's not just on the effectiveness on the battlefield purely. It's just what I think are the best vehicles for me. Also important for me is that you give feedback about the video quality and the sound quality, and if there is too much background noise, or if the microphone is too silent, too loud, or the quality is too bad. Let me know, that's important. Also, if my pronunciation or grammar isn't good enough, well, I try to get better, and as you will have realized by now, English isn't my first language, so at least I have an excuse, right? And I just talked about not running that much, yeah. So let's get started with the list. In this list, I do not mention premium planes or rare premiums or rare planes, because yeah, I think that's not about just the individual nations, because a lot of the premiums are captured premiums, and also a lot of the rare vehicles or planes you can't get anymore. So this is at the moment in patch 1.57. This is what I think is the status quo for those planes. Let's start with the USA and place number 5, the Corsair F4U-1D. I think that's a good plan. Moving on with place number 4, the P-47D-28. It's just an awesome plane. At that battle rating, it's really good. At place number 3, we have the PBJ-1H, which is a fantastic ground striker. 57mm. I just recommend using manual engine controls in realistic to keep the engine temperature under control. On the second place, I have the F8F1B Yearcat. I think this is not just at its battle rating, but overall one of the best prop fighters in the game. This is a superior fighter aircraft in my opinion to almost anything it faces. At place 1 there is the 82 Skyraider. Now why this is one of my personal favorite planes in the game and not just for the USA is, well, there are personal reasons, and I think the best explanation is given in a shameless self-advertising video in the video description. You will find there a link to a rather interesting gameplay. Moving on with Germany, at place number 5 we have the Bf 109 G2 Tropical, which is basically the same as the premium variant. I think it's the sweet spot for the Bf 109s. It has a good rate of climb. I really like it. At place number 4 we have the Focke-Wulf 190 F8, which is one of the best fighter bombers in the game, and just the selection of secondary weapons, so to say, is legendary. Really underestimated aircraft. I really like it. At place number 3 we have the Henschel 129 B2. with its excellent 30mm Mk103. This is the gun that makes this plane work. Fantastic ground striker, and again, I recommend using manual engine controls to keep the engine temperatures under control. At place number 2, we have the Horten 229, which is the only aircraft, the only jet aircraft on my list. This is just an awesome jet, and the armament combined with the maneuverability is just excellent. I really like it. On place number 1 for Germany, we have quite a surprise. It's a bomber. It's the Do 217E2, and I think this is hands down one of the best arcade bombers in the game, if not the best. And even in realistic, this thing can get up to insane speeds of 700 kilometers or slightly above, with a good selection of bomb loads. Really good aircraft, really like it. Going on with Russia and or Soviet aircraft, we have the at place number 5 the La-5FN. This is a really good aircraft, really good fighter aircraft. Really enjoyed to fly it. At place number 4 we have the Year 2 ACH-30B/E. I think this is still one of the bombers with the highest bomb loads in the game. Just the British 4-engine bombers and the B-29s do have a higher bomb load, and really good bomber in terms of bomb load, and a 20mm defensive gunner. It's quite fun. Going on with place number 3, we have the I-16 Type 27. Very maneuverable aircraft, 220mm cannons, really fun to fly. At place number 2, we have the Tu-2S 59. I think this is comparable to the Do 217 bomber series, but it does have two 20mm cannons, better defensive gunners, very maneuverable, agile plane, good bomb load, good bomber. I really like it. On the first place for my Russian or Soviet planes is the P-8. I like the look of it. It is nice to handle, good bomb load, and the defensive firepower is just excellent. It is, a good bomber. It's nothing too spectacular, but it is fun, at least in my opinion. Next nation is Britain, and at place number 5 we have the Mosquito FB Mk18, which is also a good ground striking aircraft with a 57mm cannon, and which you actually also can abuse, so to say, as a bomber hunter. Really good plane, fast, and great cannon. At place number 4 we have the Spitfire LF Mk9. It is hands down one of the best aircraft in the game, prop wise, and nothing more to say about it. Really good aircraft. At place number 3 we have the Gladiator Mark II, and it was quite a surprise when I went through the list to find that this was one of my most fun planes for the British planes. Closed cockpit, 4 7.7s, good plane, like it. At place number 2 we have the Spitfire Mark IIB, one of my all-time favorite Spitfires and planes overall in the game. Very good aircraft, fast, very maneuverable, and 20mm with an awesome sound. I really like this plane. You always have a good time flying this out. And my most favorite British plane in the game so far is the Sunderland Mark IIIA. I was waiting a long time for this plane to arrive in the game. Finally, it's there. Uh, One funny thing to mention is that it's also the only four-engined bomber in the game that has direct offensive weapons, and which you actually have to use to unlock bombs at all. That's that's quite funny, for me at least. Last nation is Japan, and at place number 5 I have the Ki 43-3. It's a bit of a mixture, it seems like, of a LA5FN and a Zero. It's a really maneuverable plane, and with two central mounted 20mm cannons, this is a very nice plane to fly. At place number 4 I have the Ki 83, which is basically a Japanese version of the B6R3, with a absurdly rate of climb, and it's a nice, really nice plane to fly. Pretty fragile, but nice to fly. At place number 3 I have the A6M2N, the Canoe of Destiny, as some call it, with a very old paint job, which I just don't want to remove because I think I can't make the decals as big anymore. So yeah, at this battle rating, really nice plane, and very surprising that it is that maneuverable. I really like it. One of my all-time favorite planes in the game and for Japan. At place number 2 for Japan we have the G5N1, which is one of the biggest aircraft in the game, and well, for me it's one of the most beautiful aircraft in the game. It is quite fragile, but for Japan it does have the highest bomb load, and in realistic battle it's actually not that bad. Really nice plane for me. I really like it. And now the most favorite aircraft for Japan on place number 1 for me, and one of my overall all-time favorite planes in the game, is the H6K4. It was from the first day on when I got it, it was one of the funniest planes and also best planes in the game for all the time. I think I grinded with it half of the Japanese tech tree, which you actually can't do anymore because they really reduced the reward, or the amount of reward you can get, and I really like this plane. About this I have to tell you one thing. Back like in the early days of arcade battles, in I guess before before patch 1.37, you could land this aircraft with 700 kilometers an hour on a domination airfield, and you would not break apart, and I was repaired within a few seconds and had an air spawn again, directly aiming towards the airfield and landing again with high speed. It was really fun. So that was my list, or my lists of my favorite top 5 aircraft for each nation. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comment section if you agree, or if you think there are other aircraft that you like much more and which I should have taken in your opinion, and why. And also let me know about the video quality, and if there was something I forgot to do or to mention. So thanks for watching. See you next time.